And Korea's Trade Ministry has released its preliminary export data for October. The outbound shipment figures continue to grow on the back of the nation's booming semiconductor sector, but the rate is a bit slower than it was previous months. Our Hyesung tells us why.
Korea has posted 12 months of consecutive export growth. The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy said Wednesday the nation's exports in October hit $45 billion, up 7.1% from the previous year. The figure marks a slowdown from September's 35% surge after a double-digit expansion in every previous month this year. But the Trade Ministry remains optimistic about the preliminary October exports figure, saying it grew despite 4.5 fewer working days in the month compared with the previous year. Based on the daily average, exports grew from September's $2.4 billion to $2.5 billion in October, showing a continuous growth trend. Outbound shipments to the U.S. dropped 12% on year on falling automobile and machinery exports. But shipments to China and ASEAN countries increased on the back of strong demand in semiconductors, ships, and petroleum products. In particular, $9.7 billion worth of semiconductors were exported, a near 70% jump on year. Petroleum products posted higher growth thanks to rising oil prices and falling supply of petroleum goods from China. South Korea's exports have been on a steady rise since November 2016 thanks to an upturn in oil prices and recovering global trade.
If this growth trend continues, exports could hit $1 trillion this year. But North Korea remains a downside risk, and protectionist sentiment in the US and tightening monetary policy in Europe could lead to a contraction in global trade in the mid to long run.
Along with exports, inbound shipments to the country also rose, up 7.4% on year at $37.7 billion last month. Hyesung, Arirang News.